If every president gets to play emergency dress up, then we don't have checks and balances. We've got a 4-year monarchy on subscription. We love to tell ourselves that America doesn't do kings. It's a cute bedtime story, but every 4 years we don't elect a president. We roll out the red carpet for a new Caesar with a Twitter account. The Constitution says checks and balances. Reality says emergency powers, baby. All the president has to do is slap a word crisis on something and boom, there's suddenly Moses parting the Bill of Rights like it's the Red Sea. Turns out checks and balances means the executive gets the blank check and Congress balances on its knees, hoping the cameras catch the right angle. Presidents don't ask for permission anymore. They just declare a national emergency, sign it with a Sharpie, and suddenly we're living under the Because I Said So Act of 1787. Let's be honest. Every president since FDR has treated executive power like a kid with dad's credit card. Both of the old parties play the same game. They don't fight over whether the president has too much power. They fight over who gets to abuse it. Democrats declare emergencies for equity and climate change. Republicans declare emergencies for border security and culture. Meanwhile, the power never goes back in the box. Emergency powers are like hotel shampoo bottles. They keep disappearing into suitcases and never make it back to the shelf. And executive orders are like that Tupperware in the back of your fridge. You don't know what's inside, but it's definitely growing something nasty, and God help you if you open it. Congress was supposed to be the watchdog. Instead, it's the dog that rolls over, shows its belly, and begs for campaign donations. Originally intended to be the adult in the room, it's now basically your drunk uncle asleep on their recliner while the president raids the fridge. And the Supreme Court, they're like referees in a WWE match. They'll jump in when it looks dramatic, but everybody already knows that the outcome was rigged in the script, and so even then, it's mostly just performance art. Meanwhile, we the people are supposed to believe that a government permanently stuck in crisis mode is just good management. Spoiler, if everything's an emergency, then nothing is. And Texas, oh, we're just the funhouse mirror for the whole mess. A governor who calls everything an emergency just so he can play emperor in cowboy boots. If leadership is just crisis cosplay, then our republic's running on a Halloween costume budget. Here's the truth. Liberty can't survive in a permanent state of emergency. Freedom isn't a light switch that the president flicks on and off depending on approval ratings. This isn't about left or right. It's about whether you want a president or a king, a governor or a viceroy. A free people doesn't kneel to permanent emergencies. If checks and balances only work when it's convenient, then they don't work at all. Real checks and balances mean decentralizing power, making sure that no single person can decide your business is non-essential, your property is seized for security, or your rights are on pause until further notice. The only real fix is structural. Take the emergency powers off the shelf, nail them shut, and give the keys back to the people and their real representatives. Liberty doesn't survive on executive goodwill. It survives on structures that force accountability. Accountability isn't optional. Decentralization isn't radical. It's survival. If the Constitution was supposed to keep presidents from acting like emperors, then explain why every 4 years we elect a new Caesar. If the founders wrote a constitution to stop kings and all we got are presidents playing emperor every time the poll numbers dip, then maybe the problem isn't who sits on the throne. Maybe the problem is the throne itself. Maybe it's time to stop pretending the old rules work and actually write new ones that do.